Hello! We just made it to a parking spot. So we're gonna get out, get the bike off. We're gonna go climb this hill over here, look down into this canyon for the evening, and get elk hunting underway. So we'll get you back on in the woods here. All right, we made it to the ridge. And I hope you can hear me. It's like really, really quiet out here. Heard a bugle up the ridge here. I just heard it a second time. It sounds like it's getting closer, but I also think it's a person. And there was some camps way up at the head of this big canyon that I'm up on one of the ridges on. So I think I'm going to just make my way that way a little bit. See if it keeps bugling. Maybe get just a little closer. So here we go. Alright, so that bugle was a real bull. They were going down canyon. I think it was him and a cow and her calf. I think we're the only three. Those are the only three I saw. The cow got to about 60 yards. And was coming up, and she kept eyeballing me, but never did blow out. They just moved off. And the bull went back up canyon. I saw him. There's like this little lip in front of me at about 70 yards. And I saw him coming with the cow and the calf down canyon, back up. And I just saw the tips of his antlers, and he kept moving. I thought maybe he'd side hill right up to me within 50, but he didn't make it. They're using the bottom of this canyon. So we have a good play for the morning. I thought that bull would keep going down to feed out onto private. We're half mile or so, 3/4 of a mile to private. So I'm confused why he turned around and went back up. I didn't push him real hard, just because I didn't want him to see me. The cow could have seen me and blown it anyway, so I just stayed put, and it was close. It's a hell of a good start. So if anything else happens exciting, I'll turn the camera back on. Alright, first night, first afternoon, I guess, in the books here. Just getting back to the road where the truck is parked. Gonna make a little dinner and then probably hit the hay pretty quick. That was pretty exciting. I'm excited. Got into elk right away, first spot. So we'll see
what the morning brings here. Starting to get real dark, pretty dark. Sun's definitely gone, legal light's gone. This is a shout out to Bryson and Brooklyn for gotten the back of the truck camper, and this thing was on. So I know they were messing around in there. So shout out to the young kids playing with stuff and never turning it off. Appreciate you. Don't have my little Velcro light anymore. It's dead. Got to change batteries. Don't have the batteries. So thanks, Bryson and Brooklyn. For dinner, we're going to be cooking up a little bit of biscuits and gravy Mountain House here. So we'll get that cooked up and let you know how it is. All right, I just took my first bite of the biscuits and gravy. It's pretty good. Little pieces of bread, little pieces of sausage, I guess. It's nice. Oh, hot. I'll get everything together for the morning. Imagine we don't stay in the canyon all day because I don't want to booger those things down in there. Doesn't seem like anybody else is in there. Kind of want to take my time in there and really work them and see how the next couple days go. Afternoon and the next couple days is supposed to be a little rainy, so that's not overly exciting. And seems like that bull just was bugling just on the move, and then once he kind of, I think maybe started feeding, because that's what those cows were doing, he stopped bugling. So I don't know how much real rut is going on, just because he didn't follow those cows. So we'll see how the morning goes. I'm gonna go into the same spot, see if I can hear him. We'll get in there just before light, see if we can figure out where he's at, and then try and get in front of him down in the bottom of that canyon. So that's it. I'm gonna eat and go to bed. Eat, pack a little bit of snack, and then go to bed. All right, see you in the morning. Morning of our second day here, and it is quiet. I might have heard one bugle way off. Like, I thought I heard it. Could have been a cow. Yeah. So pretty slow so far. It's barely, sun is just up here, so it's still early, but we'll see what we can get done today. Hopefully this evening goes like last night and we get something going here. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna move spots. Just go somewhere, get up early, go somewhere tomorrow morning. Back at the truck, eating some leftover pizza. Only saw one bull. We saw each other at the same time. He caught me off guard. Didn't make any noise. Saw him through the trees, and I was sitting about 10-15 feet away from all my gear on a rock. And we saw each other at like the same time. So nothing happened there. It was quiet this evening. No bugles at all. So I think I'm gonna find some other place up the road here and try that in the morning. So we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. We're the morning of our third day and been chasing elk already this morning. Had rode the bike a little over a mile to just a spot that I had marked and parked it, and immediately started hearing bugles. 3 different bulls. Got one to come in, and I was moving at the same time it was coming in, so I spooked it. But there's 2 more that are bugling. That one that I spooked, it started barking at me, and the other ones, they didn't know what was going on. But so way better this morning than it has been so far. So keep at it here, see if we can get anything else to come in and play here. Alright, we're off and going for the evening, back in the spot that we left them this morning, and I just heard the first little half bugle. So gonna get things together and start working. Hopefully we'll be working elk. Here we go. Sun's gone, still a little bit of light, so just hiking out. That bull that was bugling never got close. He stayed on the other side, hunting some marshy stuff. There's intermittent lakes and little island, timber island, and he was on the other side of one and thought he was gonna come. Found a little pinch where looks like they cross, but he just stayed on the other side of this, on the island, and was bugling as he was making his way down. So I'm gonna hike out unless anything else happens. See you back at the truck. Tonight, we are going to be having some more Mountain House. We're having the chicken and rice. I've had this one before, it's pretty good. So, we'll get her cooked up and then we're going to bed. So, we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. The morning was quiet, so we're switching spots. Driving around. Came down this road and I found this sweet camp. Big open space, and it's got, somebody's been here and hooked up this place. It's got where is it? People have put in a John over here. It's pretty cool. All right, we're still looking for a place to park. I could park here, but There's somebody parked just up the road, and I don't want to deal with that really. So I don't know where they're hunting at. So we'll keep going. All right, we're wrapping up another day here. Had this afternoon, middle of the day, the spike came in and had him at 18 yards, and I muffed it. He, as they always say, it happens quicker than you think. Caught him just before he came into this clearing and wasn't able to draw. So he came out, he was in the clearing. I thought I was behind enough cover, so I went to draw and he caught me. So he just blew out. I got him stopped once he got behind some trees, but I didn't have a shot. So the elk have been bugling. He started bugling at 11:30, and they did that, him and numerous other ones, until about 11:30, about 2:30, 3. They'll bugle, I'll respond, they turn off. So I don't know what today's about. This morning, nothing, and then very active, pretty active in the middle of the day, and now this evening they're just weird. So we'll tell you if anything else happens, but we're about done, about ready to head out. Tonight's dinner is a good old cup of noodle, and we're gonna have some crackers as well. Just something simple so we can hit the sack and get back in there for tomorrow. So we're gonna go into the same spot in the morning, see if anything picks up. I was riding the bike out and happened to see a bull elk cross the road just right up here above camp. So who knows, maybe we'll roll out of bed and bugle right here and see if anything's close. Just hunt out of camp before getting on the bike and heading up there. So this is it for today. Day 4 in the books. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Well, I guess he's finally had enough. We'll try and find another bull. Back at camp. That was a fun morning. That was really awesome. That bull that came in that I got to draw on was in a bunch of stuff. I was sitting in this clearing and he was bugling, coming, and all that. I thought that he'd take one path. He ended up taking another one. Didn't present a shot, obviously, but that was awesome. He did everything he was supposed to. So I don't know really what I could have done. In that situation, there was a little, there's like a man-made drainage, a little drain thing. I don't know. It's bermed on both sides and it's pretty deep. It's almost 6 feet down in there. I don't think he would have crossed it, and that was right below me, but he was gonna circle downwind. So he may have winded me because when he stopped, I drew at the same time. So anyway, it was fun. Saw 2 other elk after that. There was a little trail just above where I was. And that's where he went off to, was above me. So I walked up just a little ways and then caught some yellow moving through the trees. Called at it. He bugled back, but just kept moving up. So I figured I'd sit there, see if he would work, and then shortly after that, caught some legs on the same trail. So cow called at him, he bugled, but just kept going as well. So moved up, sat closer to that trail for a little bit, just seeing if anything else would walk by. Nothing did. So back at the truck, and that's where we're at right now. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. We're headed back up into the hills after 5 days of hunting. Had a couple days resting and hockey playing, and I think that was our turn. We'll get back to you. All right, we made it to the cool camp spot, or we got the cool camp spot. Look at that Camp Robert behind us.
What?
So we're gonna get our gear on and head out into the woods and start doing some calling and see if we can come up with anything. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. We're hiking in for our first evening hunt. We're going into a spot that we heard elk. I heard some elk the other day. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll hike it a little ways and start calling. Bryson's got the hoochie mama. All right, here we go.
So we're eating some dinner, rice with some other stuff in it. And
So
yeah,
we're watching. What are we watching?
let's see.
Is it Ninja Turtles?
No, Ultraman.
Ultraman? Watching some Ultraman on the iPad. Eating some Peak Refuel. Show them the dinner. The other side there, boy. Sweet pork and rice. Highly recommend. It's better than Mountain House that I've had. Different flavors and stuff. I would recommend this one. We got another one to try out tomorrow night. So see the big moon behind us here. We didn't hear any bugles tonight, this evening. So I don't know if they'll be going in the night here. We're gonna finish up dinner and hit the sack for an early morning tomorrow. See you in the morning. Good morning. We're off to a little later start here. I've actually been up for a little while. Bryson's been up too, just kind of watching his iPad and coughing. I think this kid's got a little sick, so we're gonna, it's like right at legal light here, so it's pretty early. Bugled around camp a little bit, haven't heard anything since with him kind of waking up. So the plan is to just kind of hit a couple spots, bugle, see if anything responds, and then after that I think we're gonna just call it, with him being a little sickly sounding. So we'll let you know if we get into anything. What have we been up to?
So we heard, we were just driving around, and
Because it's cold out?
yeah.
Because you're
then
cold?
We heard, some elk, and then too far away, so then we came back here and then we saw one running across the road, and then we heard one over here too.
Yep. Heard one bugle. Stopped at a spot, bugled, heard one 150 yards or so. So we got out of the truck, went after it, set up a couple times and called, then tried to push up on it, and he didn't like that, so he went off. We could hear him bugle getting farther and farther away. So we came to the spot we just were at. I bugled and was off in the woods, came back to get Bryson, and one was coming in silent to the call, and I caught him on the road. Just blew out, 6 point, just running down the road. It was like 60 yards from the truck. So that's our day so far. We're gonna head out, probably call it from here. Bryson's cold. It got really chilly, in the low 20s last night. Sleeping was good, huh? Sleeping was warm. It's just getting out and walking around. It's a little chilly for the guy, right? It's pretty cold. So that's it for this little overnighter. We'll maybe get back out into the woods again, try a little more. Bye-bye.